What's up gamers? You have TigerChainsaw here, and recently I put a video out where I ranked all 6 Mega Mans on the NES, and you guys had a lot of feedback for me on where you would rank each individual game. So that got me thinking, maybe I should do a review on each Mega Man game on the NES. So that's what I'm doing. I've already reviewed Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. And so now it's time to put Mega Man 4 in the spotlight. Now Mega Man 4 was released in 1992 and it did something for the franchise that would forever change it. Was it a good thing? Well, we are here to find out. Now if you've been watching this series or if this is your first time on my channel, make sure you hit that sub button as it helps me grow. Alright, let's get into Mega Man 4 and where this ranks in the series. If it's not broken, don't fix it. That was the motto for Capcom for the Mega Man series on the NES. And in 1992, they released Mega Man 4, where Mega Man again fights 8 robot masters and foils the plans of an evil doctor. Would Mega Man remain on top of his game, or would the repetitive nature of the series start to show? The first Mega Man built a foundation. The second was upgraded in every sense of the word, and Mega Man 3 brought the sliding mechanic and Proto Man. What would Mega Man 4 bring? Let's find out, starting with the plot, and of course, spoilers are ahead. The game takes place 1 year after the events of Mega Man 3. But first, let's recap who the villain was in the first 3 Mega Man games. In the original, Dr. Wily reprograms the 6 industrial robots into killing machines that Dr. Light created. In Mega Man 2, Dr. Wily creates his own 8 robot masters to take down Dr. Light and Mega Man. And in Mega Man 3, Dr. Wily pretends to be reformed only to betray Dr. Light and steal 8 power crystals to power up his gamma weapon along with 8 robot masters. So I wonder who could be the bad guy in Mega Man 4. Well, for gamers back in 1992, it wasn't that obvious. Dr. Wily was either presumed dead or missing due to the closing nature of Mega Man 3, where he was crushed by a falling block from the ceiling. Anyway, a mad scientist named Dr. Cossack has created a new army of robots to try and take over the world. Once again, Dr. Light calls upon Mega Man to save the day and destroy the 8 robot masters. Once Mega Man completes that mission, he enters Dr. Cossack's fortress. Now Mega Man does confront this Dr. Cossack, and he points his Mega Buster at him until a young girl comes running out. She begs Mega Man to have mercy on her father as she was kidnapped by Dr. Wily. Dr. Cossack was forced to create these robots in exchange for her life. So just to make things clear, Dr. Wily was the bad guy all along. What a shock! So, after showing mercy, Mega Man enters the real fortress and finds Dr. Wily. He defeats the evil Dr. Wily and flies away just before the fortress blows up. Oh, but don't worry, Dr. Wily didn't die. He flies away safely in his little UFO, guaranteeing a Mega Man 5. Mega Man 4 has this feature in it that I teased a little bit earlier, but I'm not joking. This completely changed the franchise of Mega Man. And to me, it was a huge improvement. The Mega Buster has now been fully upgraded. But what does that mean? Well, by holding down the fire button, Mega Man can charge his shot for an extra powerful and larger ball of energy. This made Mega Man 4 a lot easier to get through because taking down the big enemies wasn't such a chore, and it was so much faster with larger hit detections, and it just caused more damage. Now, something that viewers have actually pointed out to me is that the new Mega Buster changed the way that they fought Robot Masters. It wasn't so important to pick a correct path that you needed to go through where each Robot Master was weak to a specific weapon. The new Mega Buster really made it so you didn't have to do that. You can take on the Robot Masters and defeat almost all of them with moderate success with the upgraded Mega Buster. So in a way, Mega Man 4 really shook up the formula, and it did change the franchise. Now, Mega Man 4 is true to the nature of the series. It is a very tough action platformer. And as always, it's critical to memorize enemy patterns and level layouts in order to proceed through the level and fight the Robot Master. Speaking of the 8 Robot Masters, let's take a closer look at them. There's Bright Man, who's not very bright. Dive Man, who prefers his dive bars. Drill Man is looking to strike it rich. Dust Man, the absolute nemesis to Clean Man. Pharaoh Man, who's just looking for his mummy. Ring Man, who is looking for all the single ladies. Skull Man, who tends to be a real numbskull. And of course, there's Toad Man, who probably has genital warts. Something that I always tend to harp on with each Mega Man progression is how detailed and sophisticated the level layouts and environments become, and Mega Man 4 is the newest example. And to give you a few examples, in Toadman's stage, the wind blows, making it difficult to jump as it pushes you back. And later on in the level, you'll enter the sewers and have water streams. These streams of water can either push or pull at you as you walk through them, adding another layer of difficulty. One of the coolest things was on Bright Man's stage. There's these little robots that are floating around acting as lights. If you blast them, the level will go dark, giving you no visibility. To brighten the level, you'll need to look for the green robots walking around and blast them. When you shoot them, they shoot up fireworks and turn the level visible once again. These were just super cool inclusions and important advancements to make sure that the series stayed fresh, especially when the plot and overall gameplay kind of becomes predictable. Another thing that seems to improve with each Mega Man game is the size of the enemies. There seemed to be some mid-level bosses in each of the stages, and they were just really big sprites, but they were beautifully colored and just fun to see. Now, one thing that I loved about Mega Man 4 that Mega Man 3 did not do was have an intro video. I loved that opening to Mega Man 2 where you see the skyscraper going up and then you see Mega Man at the top of it. Mega Man 3 didn't have that, so I was really pleased to see Mega Man 4 continue with some presentation. In fact, the small intro gives a brief history of the rivalry between Mega Man and Dr. Wily, and it kind of recapped the series. I thought this was an excellent touch, especially for gamers who are just jumping into the series. Now, what I didn't care for was the unnecessary amount of work it took to beat this game. At this stage in my life, I just don't have the patience to learn the level layout and play a level 100 times before memorizing every enemy pattern. But what really got me was having to slug my way through another fortress after you just beat one. I was so annoyed making my way through the game, defeating a fortress, thinking that, oh, I'm getting close to the last level, only to be duped and introduced to a whole new fortress that I have to make my way through, and believe me, this fortress is no piece of cake. I think Mega Man 4 has some of the best boss fights in all of the series. I just feel like they're really creative with the machine that comes apart and then comes back together, and you have to jump in the middle of it to damage it. And to me, I just feel like most of the bosses were really designed well, at least aesthetically. Again though, you have a fake final boss fight. Actually, you kind of have two, because you have Dr. Cossack, in which you think you're fighting the real evil doctor, and turns out it's not the case, and then you fight Dr. Wily, and this fight was pretty easy for me, But again, he runs away and you have to go through another level to face him once again. I just hate that. Now, most of the Mega Man games have excellent end credits, and Mega Man 4 is no different. I loved it. I loved seeing Mega Man on top of the train, riding through different environments. To me, that's just such a treat to see, especially in the old video games where cutscenes weren't always expected, but when you got them, man, was it so cool. Mega Man 4 feels the most complete with the upgraded Mega Buster, the sliding function, Rush's abilities, and the added elements to the stages. Now you can see the twist coming a mile away, at least I could, but maybe for gamers back in 1992, it was a bit more shocking. So with better presentation and a fully upgraded Mega Buster, where does Mega Man 4 rank? I'm giving Mega Man 4 a 7.9 out of 10. Now the 7 to 8 range means that you should play this game. You don't need to own it, but I do think this is a very high quality game that you should play at least once in your life. So that was my review of Mega Man 4. What did you think of the ability to charge the Mega Buster up and do an extra powerful attack? For me, that was a franchise changer, and it really affected the way that you battled future robot masters. So, was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're there, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel to watch plenty of Mega Man content, NES content, and of course, retro gaming content. And I still have to review Mega Man 5 and 6. So, happy gaming, thank you for watching, and make sure you play a video game today.